And welcome back, survivors. There was a lot of interest from my previous video where I was testing out the new Alpha 17.1 zombie AI against my old bases. As can be seen, there seem to be some changes to some bases, but the jury's a little bit out on how effective the changes are in breaking all the bases or countering all the bases. This time I'm going to go through more bases. We're going to start off with looking at my multiple ramp base, because that one was really interesting to build, and I suspect that it's going to keep working very well. We're then going to transition into the melee base, because I love the melee base because it's one of the few ways that you can really go, toe to toe with the zombies without having to always shoot them or let them kill themselves. After that, we're going to the really high fall trap base, and that video seemed to have generated a lot of interest, and I hope it still works. I suspect that it is going to work, but there might be some damage at the bottom from the temper tantrum that the zombies are throwing when they can't get to you. We're also going to be looking at my starter maze base, which I think is not going to fare that well. We'll see. And the expandable maze base as well. So we're going to do those towards the end. And I think those ones are the ones that are going to have some problems maybe. We'll see how much as part of the testing. But I think they're going to have some problems due to the change in the AI. But I hopefully you enjoy this. And let me know what other base builds do you want me to test out as far as zombie AI goes. So sit back and chill, like and subscribe and all that as usual, and we'll kick it off. Okay, so this is the... Whoa! Why is there a bear there? Let's get rid of him. This is the airdrop, apparently. This is the trapped pillar ramp drop base, horde base, whatever. And actually, I want to make sure I'm not up here. Let me be here where I should be. And this one worked really well previously, and let me see if I can get where they're coming. Okay, so assuming I'm here, do they come here and fall down? Okay. Different behavior in that they're all jumping. They used to not necessarily all jump, they would walk. Maybe it's because of this one. Okay, let me see if I take... Oh! Okay, I didn't mean to take out this one. Let me see if I take out these ones. Does that... Now they're still jumping. Alright. See if I can put it back then. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So they're all jumping regardless, and it seems alright. I mean, we have a gap of 4 here, or well, 3, slightly less than 4 when I have the pole. Doesn't seem to make... Oh! You saw that the zombie was pissed off, and it's like, no, I'm gonna bash things. Yeah, you see destroy area? Break block? That is different. So the spider fell down here and was pissed off and started breaking blocks down there, so I think that might be some damage on the walls. And I think that's one of the changes that made in that... I think they're making the zombies be pissed off if they fall and they can't get to the player. That might have been what we saw. Reachable side jump. So this one, when he was stuck. Destroy area, break block. Yeah, he was attacking actually. He would go killed by the dart trap, but he was definitely attacking something. I think that's going to be damage down there on the wall. So it does feel like they still jump if you're here. See if I'm here. I think they should still... I think there'll be at some point if I move too far back that they decide that they are going to not jump and that they're going to run down again. Okay, they do at least. Okay, so still as you are reasonably close. Well, a crawling one jumped. How can a crawler jump? Come on, that needs to be fixed. They shouldn't be able to jump. But anyway, it does look like they do aggro and get pissed off and say, no, I jumped, I fell down, I couldn't get to him, and I'm going to just bash whatever is around. And I'm not sure whether that's a good behavior, because zombies... I mean, zombies shouldn't have feelings, right? Why is he frustrated that he couldn't get to me? Right? It is a zombie without feeling, or he's a living bandit human being that I can imagine being pissed off that he couldn't get to the player and throws a tantrum, whatever. But not you can't have both things, right? You can't have a zombie that displays feelings because he couldn't get to the player. What? Okay. Get him. Okay, he's dead. So yeah, some of them definitely are breaking for a while. It seems like they do it for a few seconds and then they go like, hey, fine, whatever, let me run back. It only seems to happen to some of them spiders, maybe because they end up so close to the bottom here. Oh. Okay. He should be digging there. So that's expected behavior. Okay, let's stop this here. And let's, oh. Okay, I can do that here too, actually. Let's do some daytime. And let's see. Yeah, see? This is what I was talking about. Okay, he's dead. Oh, okay. This is what I was talking about. They tantrum, they fall down and they're like, screw this. I'm pissed off now. And then they start bashing. I don't think there's damage anywhere else really. Maybe just a little bit on the bars. It seems like they're all taking out their frustration now at the bottom. I mean, this still means that you can upgrade this one a lot easier and deal with it, but it's still weird. I mean, why would a zombie be upset that he jumped and he couldn't get in and it's like, no, I'm going to break everything? Because either he can get to the player or he can't, right? I mean, being frustrated about it, it's I don't know, because after a few seconds, it's like, all right, I guess I'm not pissed off, and let me try this again. And then he runs back and runs up, and then he jumps off, and then he comes back again and goes like, now I'm angry. You're making me angry. All right. So this one actually does work fairly well. You do have to reinforce these ones more. You probably want to do this on overhanging so you can have more buffer and have some metal spike traps so that any tantrum zombies die faster. Because otherwise they might just be standing in and bashing and making a hole throughout the night, and you don't want that. In this case, I guess they could start bashing the dart trap behind, and of course you don't want that. So it worked fairly well, and some slight differences, but nothing that seems to be fatal. I think it's more the tantrum thing. So let's say this one works fine. Let's look for the melee base. That one would be interesting to try out. And this is, of course, the melee base. Did I turn everything on? Oh, it is on. Okay, good, good. All right, let's see. We have our weapons. Let's see what happens here. This is going to be really interesting to see how they react. All right, I have my candy cane. Okay. Gonna grab him. Okay, they're running across, falling down. And we'll see if they start tantruming. You can hear something. One of the side ones that are taking damage because they're being frustrated. All these ones are running up, so that's not an issue. This one is fine. Okay, this is all right. Let me take out the cops. If I was going to redo this one, I probably would have had turrets here, so that when you see cop fall down, you just flick on the turrets and they kill him, because those are the ones that do the most damage when they explode, and that's something you want to avoid. And so far, so good actually. I mean, they're running as expected. They are probably doing a little bit of tantrum, but it's not really that visible. Let's turn on and see if I'm standing here. Does that make any difference? Okay, he got through. These ones are coming down fine. You probably see some tantrum over there on that block. If I was rebuilding this, I would have pulled this one out one further, so that there would be clear path, because I think they get frustrated with this one. It doesn't really matter. I've seen them take it out when I had a big horde and everything was still standing, so it doesn't really break things that bad. No, but this is actually pretty alright. I mean, I don't see anything. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go back and see where is the damage taken. Nowhere. Okay, on these ones, that's expected. Actually, less here. That was interesting. Last time there was more damage on these ones. Here, nothing. On the pillars, nothing. Oh, there's some here. It could be because they get blocked. That's always a bit of an issue with these ones. There might be a couple of zombies coming up, and then someone behind them goes like, no, I can't get there, so I decide to just bash a little bit. It's not a fatal thing because they can still get up through the rest of the ramp. Now this one actually works surprisingly well. This one doesn't seem like it really needs any changes at all. And you're still getting the damage here, but you know, that doesn't really matter. Even if a few of these one break down, you know, everything's going to work. So this one is a success. Cool. Let's try our really high drop, ramp drop fall base, whatever you want to call it. I'll be back. And we are about to start another blood wound here in this really tall fall trap base. And we'll see how that turns out. It's going to be really interesting to see if they do anything really weird when it comes to their pathing. Okay. Okay, at least they're... Oh, that one jumped over. Now expecting the normal behavior to be the same as previously, meaning they run over. The question is... Okay. Oh, that one is... They are jumping or falling off. Yeah, they are trying to jump, and it's a 4-block distance here. I think I can probably repair this one. Oh, it's not this one that is broken. Alright, open, quick. This one. Yes, alright. So this one works fine. I don't see any issues at the bottom. Now this is really high up. And they are still running up, so they are spawning out in the distance, and I think, yeah, they're spawning over here and they're running the long path. Okay, let's turn this off so that they stop getting buzzed. And they're all jumping. That's something that actually didn't do consistently last time. I mean, they're still jumping in the air a little bit, unfortunately. You see that it, yes, like there, it's actually jumping in the air. And I wish that's something that they fixed. And, oh, that one really jumps. But they're all jumping, and I don't know if they're making any tantrum down there. I didn't really see any. I mean, this is actually very similar to the melee base. I mean, if you put the... Let me do that here. If I do this, and you had them closer, you could actually bash them. Actually, because of how they jump, I might be able to do that anyway. All right, let me get some out here. Okay, timing is a little bit harder. Yeah, you can actually do that here as well. And that one, you just have to bash it a little bit earlier and hope that they're jumping, and yeah, it works. Use this as a melee base. It actually works pretty well, and because the fall is so much higher, they are likely to... Oh! I hope he... Does he die? Now it's still running up. So this one works really well. I'm a little bit surprised actually, and yeah, I mean this still works as a melee base now. You do this in a way that you can bash them, and you can both shoot them. And do I have any better weapon here? I have this one because the jumping is a little bit weirder. So having a faster whacking weapon like a club or something is probably better. Well, let's try that on someone else here. Come on, run quicker. Nope, missed. The timing is a bit... Yeah, no, it works actually. And if you had a bleed on it, then you can actually bleed all these ones. Thirsty? No, I don't think I'm thirsty. But yeah, actually, so I don't see the problem that people have been highlighting they're having. Oh, he's so gonna... Oh, he missed me totally. It's so short. How can you miss me? Alright. I don't see the major issues here. Are they breaking? He might be actually. Destroy area, break block. Yeah, they might be doing some. Yeah, it does look like at times now they do the same thing as was observed previously. And do this. Oh, did I just drop my weapon? I did. No. Okay. Where's my gun? Did I drop it down here? No. Okay, it is. Okay, so they do this tantrum here down here. That's not the tantrum, but down here definitely is. And here as well. So yeah, right in front of where they are falling, they do some of the tantrum. Okay, that's something really that has changed, and it's important to know. If you did that overhang, meaning you have the pillars over here or something like I did previously, maybe you can avoid that. Meaning they fall down here, but there's no block until like here, especially if you make it out of steel, because then you can have like bring it out 5, 6, 7, 8 or something, and do it that way. That might be worth. But otherwise, these ones are taking some damage actually. I wonder why. Maybe it was an explosion that I didn't see. Most of them are coming up here though. Some damage here. Again, this is just cobblestone, so it means that your ramps probably have to be a little bit reinforced because they get a bit frustrated at times. Up here, no damage. Of course, these ones take some damage from being used, the reflected damage, but otherwise, no, this works really well actually. It's not as bad as I was anticipating. And he's dead. Cool. So let's go to the next base then. Alright, I'm now in the expandable maze base that I was one of the first ones I made for Alpha 17. And we shall see how they turn out here. Whether they decide that they want to go straight through. And my concern is that they decide that this is the best way through. Because it actually is. I don't know whether they're going to say that they want to go through here instead. That's really the big test here. Yeah, see? Nope. Oh, okay, they got stuck on the... Okay, they only got stuck on the wood spikes here. Whoa. Okay, so they still go for that one. Cobble. Let's get some of that to repair. Now this one, obviously, the horde is way too advanced for what I have here. It's not meant for having cops and everything. Or having radiated whatever. But I'm just trying to see... yeah, you see this one. This one is different. Right? Whereas most of them were going here. Arlene here is deciding that nope, or Darlene, that going through this block is the best way. And you see the problem here is that, well, this is not even the best way through, it's the dumbest way through. Because going through here, is it Darlene that does it always? Maybe it's... Okay, maybe it's... What are they doing here? Yeah. No, all of them are doing that now. Yeah, they're really taking that into account. They're saying that, hey, you know, it's the best way is through the wall. Yeah, they don't want to go here. They definitely don't want to go here. Alright, let's do that. And the cop here is deciding that this is the best place. So some of them decide, I don't know how that is working, but you definitely see a difference. Take these ones out. Yeah, it's definitely different. So in these cases, yeah, maze spaces have definitely been affected. Mazes are a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna pause here. As you can see, they decide that going around is not worthwhile. Again, it could be because it's just a flagstone and cobblestone, but it does mean at some point they decide that, you know, going around is much more trouble than going straight through. And the funny thing is actually is that they should have gone through this one. Here they have to break through these ones and then these ones in order to get through, which is a lot worse than just breaking this one. So even that one doesn't even really make sense. But yeah, that means that maze spaces have definitely been nerfed. Which is a pity, because how would they know? I mean, either they go through because they know everything, or they don't go through because they should all be going here, right? That's what they did previously. They would all come here because they wouldn't have the awareness of this path. Now, some of them go here, and some of them start doing here. But once you saw one Starling broke some here, a lot of the other zombies were like, hey, this is a good way through. Let me go here instead. And then none of them go here, right? They're all starting to go through. And that's exactly what doesn't make sense. Can I break this one here? Yes, of course. Let's try the trap maze space, because that one is a little bit different, but we'll see. Okay, so this is the trapped maze space, and it worked really, really well despite just being cobblestone and flagstone. And I don't know whether this one is going to work at all now. Maybe we will steal something, but I'm concerned that they're going to think that, hey, going through here is the way to do it, because they don't want to path through the rest of it. But we'll see. Alright, let's make sure we have the path thing turned on. Nope. What? Okay. Ah, okay, they come from this side. We'll see. Maybe they decide to break in somewhere else. Okay, these ones are coming here, as expected. Yeah. This is totally nerfed. So, yeah, no, they don't at all care about going through the maze now. What if I go up here? And I'm over here, does that make any difference? No. Okay. So, basically, maze spaces like this are totally nerfed. They simply have decided that they no longer want to... This one made it all the way through here. That's interesting. Did they break through anything? No. Weird. I wonder how they got through there. Ah, they went through here. Okay. That would explain it. Yeah, so that's totally different. So maze spaces like this have been definitely nerfed by the zombies now, having deciding that, hey, if it's beyond a certain distance, or the block damage or health point has too much, then they're just going to go through the wall, so too little. And yeah, again, you know, it's going to be a contentious issue. I think this is the wrong approach to do. They should, yeah, I mean, so let me pause this here and kill all, and let me fly up here. So it is going to be a very contentious issue to go over. I personally think the problem they're doing right now is that it's a lot of countering. They put in place an AI that was much different than Alpha 16, which is fine. I mean, I didn't particularly like this having the full awareness of block strength and the full path that they haven't seen, etc. But they put it in place. Now what they're doing is they're saying, okay, so players are building certain designs around it, and I think that having something like this is a valid design. I mean, they don't even... They shouldn't even know that I'm in here, but fine, there's a blood moon hole, so they know. But why are they going through here as opposed to going around when they have the awareness of the whole path? Because they do have the awareness of the whole path. And why should they have the full awareness of the path and all the blocks and decide that, hey, I'm going to go through here because it's a lot easier? Because what happens is that you start breaking all the base builds. So something like this that worked very well before, and it was actually quite fun to build and play with, totally busted, doesn't work. Now, possibly if you put it up on pillars, it will work because they can't get to it. And so that's going to be the next thing that happens. Obviously, that you bring this up one. So you put this whole thing on pillars, meaning that the ramp up is here. And then there's no way for them to break in from the outside. So they will come in here. Now, they might still break through here. I don't know. But it's like, then the developers will probably go like, okay, so fine, how do I counter this? Now I need to make sure that I start breaking all the supports instead of pathing, etc. by tweaking the cost of going through the maze versus breaking the blocks and bringing them down, etc. And the problem is that you're fighting the development team as opposed to fighting the zombies. Zombies should be dumb. You know, I want them to either mass in and just going the straight way and not have any awareness of the blocks, or they have this super awareness and they go through the maze because it's an open path. Fine, but don't start, you know, sort of countering player designs when we work around the way the AI works, because all of a sudden you don't have zombies. You have, I don't know what you have. You have super smart aliens maybe that have they have this mothership ship in orbit that can scan your whole base and can figure out what's the best way in. And that's not quite the game that I played last time. So, I mean, looking at all the previous alphas of this game, I don't think that's anywhere close. I mean, who wants to have a hive mind alien with with the zombies that throw temper tantrums when they fall down and can't get to you? I mean, it's supposed to be a zombie game, right? Either have them be smart and path through, or have them be really dumb and just attacking to break things through, because that's what we had previously and we could build against that. But now you're sort of combining how the best. I mean, you can always counter the players, and the player will always be able to counter it. But imagine if you build this when you take 2 weeks to make a really nice base and it works well, and then it's nerfed, and then fine, then you build it up on stilts, which takes another 2 weeks. And then the developers goes like, no, we have to prevent that way of building as well. So then they do a further tweak, right? And it's like every time there's a new version, you have to rebuild your base from scratch. This is not a small tweak that you have to account for. This is quite a significant. And that's the problem that I have with it. It should basically not be that at all. It should be, it should be zombies. Let them attack. Oh, fine, let them be smart, but let them be stable. Let them be consistent. Don't keep tweaking it in the middle. If you decide that, hey, you want to fix this or change it differently, say, all right, Alpha 18, we're going to put in a different thing. We're going to try out in our own internal builds, even make it a plug and play, give it a different module, give me an XML or something that people can play around with or something, but don't keep changing it every single minor version. It just keeps breaking what players are doing, and that's no fun. I mean, I want to have a base that works, not one that works and then suddenly there's a new version comes out that I can't avoid of the game if I, unless I can you downgrade to Alpha 17 Studio? Maybe you can, but you obviously you want to keep playing the game, the latest game, right? You don't want to have them to change it fundamentally. I don't think that's the right approach to go. You want to let the players do their thing, build, enjoy, whatever. And say you want to change the AI, that's fine, but wait until Alpha 18. Stabilize it, and then let us play with it and make the zombies actual zombies. Anyway, sorry for the rant. Hope you enjoyed. At least this was a walkthrough of a number of the bases, and ramp bases work well. The maze bases don't work at all. I'll see you next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.